you know, the terrible storm that really never hit us prevented us from seeing you last week.
But you know, you gotta prepare for the worst.
That's very
Hope
true.
for the best.
Yeah.
We're matching.
We are unintentional.
This was not a coordinated hair.
I think I need to start texting you before I leave.
I think we do. I think we need to be like, send each other like a selfie. This is what I'm wearing today, in case you want to do the same.
So, we have slicked hair.
We're ready to talk coffee.
We're ready to talk coffee. Something I should have had more of before I came here because I am struggling a little bit.
Well, sadly, when she walked in, she's like, are you drinking coffee? It's like 5 o'clock, 5:30, whatever time it was. And I was like, well, actually, I've been sipping on this one cup for however many hours. But that's just life. I make a coffee in the afternoon, and it usually happens around like 1 or 2, maybe like 1. But then I just get busy, and sad to say that I drank that.
Well, we're going to dive into coffee.
Yes.
Not that anyone asked, but I'm going to go ahead and say I am black as night, as coal, nothing in it is my preference. I'm an espresso girl, homemade cold brew. Very rarely do I actually drink like a cup of like drip coffee. I'm not against it. It's not my preference, but you know, we also enjoy, I don't know, something about, probably because we're so darn hot natured. Also, I found, and maybe you can speak to this, I have found, not with espresso, but more so with cold brew, which we can allude to because I used to think that the hot coffee was more acidic on my stomach, when in reality it was actually the coffee I was making. So we'll get to that, but I feel like cold brew is a lot smoother. But anyways, that's just, how do you take it?
I like a splash of half and half.
Okay.
And you have to like make that motion with it, like
It's like,
quick.
Yeah, you just need a dropper.
Even my husband knows that when he's like, "Oh, make your coffee," I'm like, "Okay," and then he just quickly. So that's it.
Okay, so what is your guilty pleasure when you actually? I know, I'll share mine.
Like when I actually go, like if I go get a coffee.
Yeah.
I'll do like a vanilla latte.
Yeah.
But that's like as far as that goes.
I'm a maple syrup with cinnamon. Well, like a latte.
Like if you make it,
so
like
milk.
when you're making it at home. I mean,
Yeah.
when I'm making it at home, like that's just the way that I want my coffee.
Yeah.
Like there's no like guilty pleasure at home because I have nothing to add into it. Like there's just nothing in.
Yeah.
I mean, I have maple syrup, but if I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go meet somebody for coffee or something like that, and I just am like, you know what? I already had some like coffee this morning. I would do a vanilla. Anyway, okay, so let's talk about like what you should be looking for in coffee, because I feel like coffee is one of those areas where people are like, I'm cleaning up my food, I'm cleaning up my skincare routine, I'm cleaning up other things in my house, but like I'm still drinking Starbucks coffee.
You know, I'm just gonna put this out there. There's a reason why they don't put ingredient labels or publicize what's in the coffee.
Anything. And if you don't know, I mean, over like half of Americans, or probably like just people in the world, drink coffee every single day.
Yes.
So that's a lot of coffee. And then did you also know though that coffee beans are the most like sprayed crop with pesticides and everything else? So like the most heavily sprayed crop.
So if you are consuming organic, non-GMO, all these things when it comes to food, but you
haven't looked at your coffee.
You're guzzling 2 pots of coffee a day, we need to work on that.
Yes.
So
and it's an area that I feel like just most people just don't know about, because it's not something that people talk about all the time, because everybody just kind of thinks like, well, coffee is coffee. Coffee is not coffee. So
you can start tasting the difference, can't you?
Oh, absolutely.
Because I can.
Yeah, you can start tasting the difference. I feel like it smells different. Obviously it tastes different, but I feel like the color is different. Like there's so many things. So let's talk about like what to look for, and then we'll talk about a couple of the brands that we like, and then knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power. All right.
Chef.
Two of the main things, mold. I mean, I did not do my due diligence of updating myself on the percentage, but like it is an incredibly high percentage of coffee that contains mold.
Yeah.
Do you know that off the top of mind?
I don't know the exact percentage, but it's high. So if you don't know, like coffee can be contaminated with mold and mycotoxins. Those are naturally occurring toxins. So it's kind of hard to 100% avoid them, but at the same time, it's related to
the soil,
mold and fungi. And so it's one of those things that we want to avoid. And the way that you avoid that is with testing. So obviously, like you want to look for companies that have third-party tested their product and their coffee to make sure that it doesn't contain mold spores and it's not contaminated with heavy metals and pesticides and everything that come with the way that it's farmed.
So it matters from soil to sip, literally. Or,
we should make a shirt.
Soil to sip. Let's go. But seriously, it really does. I mean, it's just like your food, like it doesn't matter. And there's so much greenwashing again. And the thing that like upsets me is when you see these little tiny boutique companies that are really doing so, like they're doing better. And you're like, oh, I'd never pay for that. It's expensive to test.
Yeah.
But you know what? Like, I mean,
again, if this is something that you are drinking every single day, find something else in your life to like sacrifice a little bit. But also, if you're going to Starbucks every single day, you can afford to get some organic, third-party tested, biodynamic, sustainably farmed and sourced coffee. Like you can. You got to, I mean, $6 for coffee plus a tip. And if you're doing that every day, like I'm not good at math, but I can tell you right now that you can make coffee at home. Like
you can.
You can.
Good, high
and you're going to
quality.
save money
Yes.
by making coffee at home.
So but I don't think twice about spending $18 to $24 on a bag of coffee.
No.
I mean, we go through it a lot, but the thing is like, I mean, yes, would I like to spend less? Yes, but like I also am in full support of companies that are doing better. And like we said, it starts with the soil.
Yeah.
And like that's where a lot of people get, I was actually reading about one of the brands that Kelsey told me about I had never tried, and I'm very excited. My order is en route, but just the importance of like, it's not just finding people who are doing it better, but it's people who are like, if you don't know about organic farming, like you can't even be a certified organic farm for at least 5 years that you're like continuously passing tests after test after test, that your soil checks all of the boxes.
Yeah.
Take it a step up, biodynamically made. Take it a step up, you're paying for third-party testing. Like these people are going, above and beyond to produce products that are better for you. And like, it's just, I kindly tell you to pay attention to what these people are doing because they're doing it for a very specific reason, and they're not doing it to benefit themselves. They're doing it to benefit you and your body.
Yeah.
So like we said, I mean, the number one thing, like who wakes up in the morning and drinks coffee? Who drinks more than one coffee? Coffee.
I need the coffee because I can't talk. I need the coffee.
But
yes, coffee. And the other thing is, like, I feel like also supporting small people that are doing the right thing doesn't always equate to like a stamp that you can put. So like, yes. You want to look, if you're going in the grocery store or something, you want to look for USDA certified organic. But a lot of these small growers and these small farmers, they, number one, don't have enough like acreage to even justify paying for that certification. And they could be just so small that they are like, where's my money best spent? Like actually doing good farming practices or paying for that certification. So that's where like the third party testing comes in. Maybe they can do third party testing.
Yes.
Maybe they could. I'm joking.
What happened? We are struggling. I can't talk. She's choking.
This is wild.
Wow, 1 week off.
But yeah, so I also feel like even you want to look for that third party testing. You want to look for USDA certified organic if you're in the grocery store, because like the other thing is that in the US there is no maximum limit on like how much pesticides can be used on coffee beans. So this is like specifically talking about coffee, this is like an uncharted territory here. And so your coffee beans can like just the amount of crap that can be on them, in them, farm to make, like everything is astronomical. And if this is one area that you swear by is like, listen, I'll give up everything else but my coffee, then I feel like this is the conversation that you need to be listening to, because these are the things you could be looking out for.
Well, and you know, not to be blunt, but like when we were in Italy last summer, like you go buy what would be like would equate to like Folgers here, like very cheap, whatever. I could taste a difference. Like you can tell, like even the cheap stuff over there, because the farming practices are just so different, and that's across the board with like food and everything too.
Yeah, because but that's just the way that it's done. Whereas U.S. is going to find a way to.
It's all about this.
Yes,
here.
And it's also about like when you really dig into it, finding out why they have to put pesticides and like why they have to spray them with so many chemicals is because they're farming them in the sun. Where if your coffee is done in the shade, which is another thing that you can look for, and you can go to smaller companies, their websites and everything, and it'll say that it's grown in the shade. And doing that, you know that it doesn't need as many chemicals and pesticides because it's grown in a place that it can flourish, instead of being grown directly in sunlight and then you have to spray it with more, and it's just like chemicals on top of chemicals on top of chemicals.
And to go off of what Kelsey said about like the certification stuff, like yes, it's great if they have that, but there are companies that are doing it better that maybe don't have that because they've decided to put their money into best practices.
Small.
You know what? Ask them.
Yes.
Find a small company.
Have a conversation.
Ask them. You know what? They would probably be thrilled to tell you why they're doing it.
If they're doing it the right way, this is their passion.
Yeah.
So ask, but then. You know, also if that's not where you want to go, like there are other things that you can look for. Like I always, also whole bean. Whole bean has less potential to be contaminated and have mold spores. So if you can just grind your own coffee, number one, the taste is night and day. So it's fresh, right? Like a grinder, I mean, I'm sure you can grab one.
Like $20 if
go to Target, grab it on Amazon, you can get you don't need, I mean, yes, a burr grinder and like, we love coffee.
We do.
There are so many things, but if you can just get a grinder and grind your own beans, like step number one, like get some whole beans, and then already you're gonna lower your toxic burden when it comes to coffee. No more K-cups. Did I lose all of you? Like, the reason for that is like the K-cup is plastic, and then you're putting hot water through plastic. You're opening yourself up to leaching at that point. Like the potential for just toxins in general, like.
And can I tell you, the reusable K-cup is also plastic.
Oh yes, and I love Natural Force coffee too.
I have not had that one.
Okay, Natural Force. If we want to jump in, like Purity,
Purity
coffee is like my number one, and Biodynamic coffee. Biodynamic is the brand, so just search Biodynamic coffee. I used to sell it in the store forever. Had it.
I'm just kidding.
Not that it's just. Sometimes people don't resonate with like my coffee obsession. But another one that I wholeheartedly support, they have the testing on it. Their farming practices are impeccable. You can read everything on there. And then yes, Purity coffee is like my go-to.
I just bought a big order of that.
Yes.
So that's what's en route. That's what I was talking about.
And they have all of their certifications. They have third-party testing right there on their website. You can see everything.
Transparency
is
people.
huge. So, and then Natural Force I love too.
And then I do have to give a plug for anyone that follows me. Scout and Cellar, same thing. Certified organic, biodynamically harvested, tested for molds, pesticides, all of that. So I am excited to try these.
Yes.
I will say I did not dig as much into the extensive testing. So I will tell you, I have not been perfect with coffee, but I'm going to be better. I'm working on that. So it's just transparency here.
Yeah.
Like the thing is when I find something I like, it's just so easy to just whatever. But I do buy USDA certified organic, and biodynamic, but like not all of them are doing the extra. So we're gonna go the extra mile.
So when it comes to coffee, look for testing.
Yes.
And if you can't find testing that's like affordable, that's in your price range or anything like that, look for USDA Organic. Grind your own beans. Do that. Ditch the Starbucks. Try and get away from brewing your coffee in plastic, anything that is plastic. So whether that's K-cups or even if you're using coffee machines that are predominantly plastic.
Here, what's going on?
I don't know.
That was strange. Okay, well,
Why do people gotta be calling right now?
Anyways, if y'all have questions, let us know. But we are going to answer. Someone just asked, what's a go-to perfume? I'm going to let you take this away.
I do Emotive is really great. I also like Heretic perfume. What else do I like? Some of the Lake and Sky is clean.
I've only ever bought perfume from Kelsey, so whatever she's mentioning. And yes, the AeroPress
is plastic.
Yes.
Yes. So I mean, when you're looking for those types of things, like where to brew your coffee or how to brew your coffee, French press is a great one. A pour over that is like a stainless steel filter that is just a reusable filter. I sell them in my store. I'm like,
what, the pour over? Oh yeah.
The filters too, the reusable stainless steel filters. Yes, we have a pour over that's over there that is glass as well. So look for those types of things. If you have an espresso maker,
that was the best investment ever. I
Yes.
use a Breville.
Yes.
So does she.
Yes.
It is worth every darn penny. I think Breville should pay me because I think I've sold 4 of them, but you know, that's okay.
I haven't sold any, but I've bought 2.
But I will say, so my homemade cold brew, you can buy like the contraptions. It looks like an oversized mason jar with a stainless steel
filter.
Ours broke. It was just annoying. So I ended up buying these compostable, 100% eco-friendly, whatever it is. I can't even, I'm drawing a blank. But the complete compostable bags. They're single use, and we use those and just fill those with coffee and dump them in. Actually, alluding to the entertainer here, I just decided I use a beverage dispenser.
Yeah.
Like what you would use at a party. And then another question, clean blush that lasts a few hours.
Oh,
Take it away,
we have
sister.
so many. I mean, any of the makeup that is on Paris Laundry or that I sell in my store has been
vetted.
Yeah, true. It's been tested. We use it in makeup applications. We use it on brides. We use it on, I mean, it's all. But I mean, we can go into a makeup. I could be here for hours if we're going to talk about makeup and skincare.
Yeah, go ahead.
But yeah, that was coffee.
And but I will say, like, just like you're asking about these other things, people like Kelsey, she does not make coffee, but same thing. Like first of all, she's very transparent on her website, but if you have questions, like the people that are doing it right and that are doing this with intent and purpose, ask them. They are thrilled to share with you. Yeah. There is nothing that lights me up more than saying, why don't you cook with seed oils? Why do you avoid X, X, and X? Like, that's because I get to share the true, deep passion of why I do what I do and why I'm very strongly different from everyone else. It's the same thing with these little coffee growers.
Yeah. And I mean, it just comes down to, like, these aren't conversations that are had all the time, and these are also things that, like, you don't really think about because it's just so routine and it's just so normal to get up and grab a cup of coffee either in your home or away from your home. And so you want to just, again, we just blindly trust that who would be poisoning us? Like, why would there be toxins in our coffee? We don't think of that when we're thinking of wellness as a whole. We think of more apparent things like maybe the food that you eat. But I mean, you're drinking your coffee every day, maybe multiple times a day. If you're looking to like lower your toxic burden,
and it's a lot of toxins.
That's all we have.
We're not here to fearmonger you, but that's okay.
Yes.
Check your coffee,
We're just
people.
here to like plant the seed.
Yeah. Plant the seed. 1% better every day, like I said.
Of wellness.
Yeah. One swap. Just one swap at a time.
That's all we have for today.
Until next time, guys. See you
Bye.
later.